Hi, I just wanted to get started on the fairy jar tutorial that I promised, and I wanted to show you some of my old ones. I haven't made any in a really long time, but these are some of the ones I had made previously. This is one of my favorites because I actually like the little clay fairies the best, and this is one I made a while back. And these are rub-ons. There's a little bit of glue on this one. And then I make, the little charms and stuff to hang off of them, and use all kinds of different things to decorate them. Mostly paper flowers and beads, rhinestones. You can use whatever you want. Feathers, I like feathers. Mine are a little discolored because they've been sitting for a long time. Actually probably a couple of years. But anyway, you can put something on the back so that there's a little bit of glue. I need to clean them up, but you can put something on the back, or you can leave the back like this, with nothing on it. And anyway, this is another one. This is kind of a fall themed one, and I make these little bottles and label them fairy dust and dangle those off of almost all of them because I really love that. But you're going to need like some lace and trims to decorate them. Feathers if you want feathers, like I do mine. Lots of paper flowers and beads and jewels. And you're going to need a piece of wire to make your handle, or you can buy the handles already made if you use a mason jar. You can get those at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I haven't seen them at Joann's, but they might have them. But they come in a package. I think you get 2 for $5. Or I just make my own handles. And some of them are kind of flimsy because I used thin wire. And you really can't, lift it with that or you're going to bend it. But this one I did double wire. And this one's pretty sturdy. And this jar is just a spaghetti sauce jar. And I make little signs for some of them. Fairy specimen, do not open. And the day I make them, I just put as the captured date. Like I said, this one needs some cleaning up, and I've had them a long time. And this is another one. And you can do it a specific color theme, whatever color you like. I use moss for the bottom of most of them. And it just comes in a package. You can get it at any of the craft stores. I use this kind of moss, the green, or you can use brown. Or you could use even just like crunched up ribbon or something sparkly if you want to put on the bottom. But I actually by far prefer the moss. This is like a brown and green moss. And you might want a little bit of glitter to sprinkle in the bottom. And these are those little fake plastic acrylic diamond looking things. And I just drop those in there after I get the bottom made. And I hope you can see these. It's really hard to get my camera situated in a good spot so you can see good. And the lighting's not great out here. But of course this is one of my favorite ones. And this is one I had posted on Facebook. And as you can see, I use all kinds of different things to decorate them. And I really like them. Uh-oh, that little piece fell out. If something falls off of yours, you can always just stick it back just like that. This is another handle I made, and this is kind of a real flimsy one, so I don't actually pick it up by that. But I left this top undone so that I could show you how to do the light. This is just Velcroed on here. And you can turn it on. I'll show you how it looks with the light off. And it really kind of lights it up. These are throwaway. Once they're used up, you could just throw it away and put a new one in. And I just make all kind of different decorations for them. And I got the lights out so you can see what they look like. They come in packages, and I got mine. These at Joann's. There's several different kinds you can use. And they come in different colors. I don't know if this one's actually blue. This one's a little bit different one. But I like these the best just because they're small and everything. But you can even use these. And I got these at Michael's in the flower section, the floral. And look at this one. It changes colors. It's so cool. And anyway, I just wanted to show you some of the parts that you're going to need. You can use any kind of jar that you want. I prefer the wide mouth mason jars because it makes it a lot easier to get your stuff in there. You can use this kind too. These are pretty easy to get your stuff in. If you use the mason jar that has the regular size top, it's going to be really hard to get your stuff in there. You're going to need some really long tweezers, and I have some, but I couldn't find them right now. But they're about this long, and I actually got them at the hardware store. You can also get them at the pet store in the reptile section. I've seen them there. They have the long ones too, like to feed stuff to reptiles. So you can get them there. And I just wanted to show you this just because I love fairies so much. And isn't that adorable? Little fairy babies. But I just wanted to show you that. And these are the molds that I use. These are just push molds. And I got this one at First Impression on the internet, if you want to get it, to make clay babies. And I'm not sure where I got this one, but this is a little tiny baby one. And you use polymer clay. And they're really easy to make. And here's some babies that I have made. And I do have to make the ears and stick them on there, and then of course you bake these. But these are my fairy babies I already had made. I just haven't used them for anything. And some of the ears turn out a little better than others. But this is the one that comes out of, I think, this tiny mold. And this is the bigger one. I'm going to use the bigger one for this tutorial. And he's not quite finished, but he's a good size. See, to go in this jar, I'm going to use this big one. And since this jar has this on the back, I'm going to use this as my front. So that's going to be for that. Let me get this out of the way. I hope you can hear everything I'm saying, and I hope that the lighting's not too bad. And since I'm just showing you different parts and things you're going to need, I'm going kind of fast. But this is the hair I used for the fairy babies. And as you can see, she has hair and she has really pretty wings. So I use this kind of hair. It's actually for dolls, and I get it on eBay. I don't remember how much it is. It's probably about $20 for this little bag of remnants. And it's lamb hair, Tibetan lamb hair. And I just get the bag of remnants because I like all the different colors, the pink and blue and everything. And then there's a tutorial on YouTube that tells you how to put the hair on. It's pretty difficult. So I'm not going to go into all that with this tutorial, because you can just use a paper fairy. And all you do is just find a fairy on the internet and just print it on photo paper. And these are some that I've found. And you just cut it out, fussy cut it. And you can make it as big or as small as you want it. But if you do want to go with the clay ones, you'll need some pretty wings. And you have to actually print it on this kind of, this is transparency, like you use for overhead projectors. And you have to get the one for whatever kind of printer you have. I have an inkjet printer, and it prints them fine. And then you just use stickles or glitter, you know, to put your glitter on there and just cut them out. And but if you use one of these on photo paper, you don't have to do those kind of wings. You can just cut out, you know, the wings that are already on your fairy, or you can add the sparkly ones, however you want to do it. These are kind of up to you. Also, you could use one of these plastic fairies like this. I got this at Michael's in the toy section. And they have smaller ones. You can get a tube of them, the little bitty ones, the little plastic ones, if you want to do that. See, she's a great size for this jar. But I'm going to use one of the clay fairies for this. I just wanted to show you the different options that you can do. And you can use these little tags to tie on there and to write fairy dust, or, you know, captured fairy, or whatever. Or you can just use one of these tiny little stickers. like this on it and put it on a tag and write whatever you want. I use these kind of rub-ons. These are Kaisercraft, and I just cut out whichever one I want for my jar to decorate the outside. Okay, and then I use just Velcro to Velcro my light in, and you can use any kind of Velcro, just cut a little piece. So those are some of the things you're going to need. Also, you're going to need, if you want to put greenery, you know, it's going to go on the inside, but you know, to make behind your fairy, you can just use this kind of plastic. And I also always pretty much use something sparkly to go in there too. So find you something like this to put behind your fairy. And you can use any of this kind of stuff. I have tons of this stuff. I'm always collecting it. You can cut pieces of this off to go like on the outside to dangle down. And these are really pretty to put like on the inside. You know, these came from the wedding section at Hobby Lobby. You don't have to use the whole thing. You can separate it. Just use a piece of this with something else. You can use the pearl things. Anything you want to use. And these are really pretty, like to put around your lid or here when you're decorating the outside part of it. But anyway, what I'm going to do for this one, I'm actually going to use this frosted glass to put on the back. I'm going to spray it right here on the outside and let it dry. And then I'll decorate with feathers after that's dry at the end. I always do that part at the very end. The feathers. This is going to be the first thing I do. So I'm going to pause and come back because I'm going to spray this on the back of my jar. The frosted glass, $7 at Hobby Lobby. When that dries good, I'm going to come back. You can also use this glitter spray, whatever color you want. I probably got this at Hobby Lobby too. You can use whatever color. Like I said, you can use this kind of jar. You can use any kind of jar you have. I have that one that was made in a spaghetti jar. I also wanted to show you something else really quick. I think I showed you the moss already. But my mother gave me this. I don't know if you can see this big thing. She had it on her table. I gotta wipe it out. It's all dusty. I'm gonna make a fairy garden with this. Isn't that gonna be so cool? I'm gonna put moss in the bottom and put baby fairies all over it with the wings. 2 or 3 little baby fairies in there, and it's gonna be so cute. I can't wait to make that. But one thing that you're going to need some wire or a little stick to glue your paper fairy to if you use a paper one, so that something can go in there and to make it stand up. I usually just use wire and bend it and like twist it to make it strong. Then I glue it to the back of the paper fairy, and then you'll be able to stick that down in there with some tweezers. And I just put a little glue on the end of it and stick her in there. But before I do that, I do the background part, you know, like this kind of stuff, the greenery or whatever. So we're going to go step by step. It's probably going to be a fairly long tutorial, and it's probably going to be more than one video. But also, this is some of the stuff I use like to drop in there to make sparkles. And I use tiny sparkly marbles. And you can sprinkle glitter in there to make it sparkly. I'm trying to stay off camera because I have severe fibromyalgia. And I'm sitting here in my pajamas with a heating pad around my neck. So I'm going to get started though. I'm going to go do the spray paint and I'll be back. Okay? Just wanted to show you some of the stuff you might want to use. I'm probably going to use one of my little handmade bird nests with eggs in it. Probably either in the bottom by the fairy or as a top decoration. I haven't decided yet. But also, while I'm making this, I decorated these leaves too. I'm not going to use it probably for this, or I might. But isn't that cute? It's in the kind of like the Prima ones. But I thought those were cute. I think I've already used that on a couple things. But you can, I'll show you how to do that too if you want to. Not right now, but, and these are paper flowers I've made. I like making the paper flowers because I like having tons and tons of paper flowers and supplies sitting around here for whatever I want to do. And, ooh, this is one of my bling thingies. Aren't these pretty? I love this stuff. Anyway, okay, I'll be right back. We're now ready to do the next step. I've frosted the glass and let that dry. And I have made my fairy. And she's going to go in there. I had to put the hair on, make the wings and everything, and I decided to put her in a little bird nest. So next we're going to take hot glue. We're just going to pour it in the bottom and then put our moss in. So I'm going to put a lot and try not to get it on the sides. Kind of hard when I have to keep holding this glue stick in. Okay, I'm going to get that down in there good. I had to stand up to get it in here good. Okay. Like I said, try not to get it on the sides. I hate these little cobwebs, they're always in my way. Okay, so I'm just going to drop this in. I'm going to use my longest tweezers to poke that down in there so that it sticks. Actually, this jar, this is why you need a wide mouth jar so you can get your hand down in here when you need to. It's super hard doing it with the small mouth jars. Okay, so there we go. Now you got your bottom. So then I clean up as I go. I cannot stand to work in a mess. And I'm not going to. Let me get this cleaned up just a tad. Oh, hit the camera. I have to have the camera so close that I'm always bumping into it. Okay, that's cleaned off a little bit. I need a new mat. This one's just about had it. Okay, so we've done that. So the next thing is to put what kind of background we want back here. So I picked out this stuff because I like it really sparkly. So I just got these two curly sticks and then just some little blingy things, and I've glued them together at the bottom. So what we're going to do is it's going to go toward the back. Let me see how it's going to fit before I glue it. It's going to go just like that. And actually I want it to go down in there because I want as much of the sticks to go in there as possible. Okay, see, that'll do, so you can still get your jar lid on there. So okay, so it's going to look like that. So now I'm going to drop some glue down in there, or I'll probably put some on the end here. See where I've glued all this together just to make it one piece. So I'm going to put glue on here. I'm going to put quite a bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to stand up to do this. I'm going to hold the moss back with the tweezers, and then I'm going to sit this down in here. Just like that. Hold it for a minute, let it sit so that it doesn't keep falling over. I'm going to flip this over and use the more solid part of it. Okay, see? There's your back. Okay, and then I wanted to put this behind it, kind of like that. Room to make a handle. In fact, I may make the handle next, but I'll get back with y'all in a little bit and show you what the next step is. And I'll try to show you how to make the handle if it doesn't take too long. Okay, thanks. I'll be back. Okay, so I've got all my stuff in the fairy jar, all my little decorations. Got my fairy in there. Got the frosting on the glass. I'm not crazy about this being in the front. I usually, my jars usually don't have that in the front. It doesn't seem like it anyway. But it makes it hard to see the fairy. But there she is, in all her little pink-haired glory. So I've got a few little sparklies in there. I really couldn't get them glued in there very well. She's got a piece of moss on her hair that I don't like. But I don't want to mess her up. Sometimes it's not worth messing the thing up to fix one little thing like that. And I think I'm going to have to leave it. It's really hard working inside jars. There we go, I got it. Okay, I'm going to mess her hair up a little bit. Let me just fix her hair back. This one has pink hair. And I like for her little ears to show. Okay. There we go. You just keep adjusting it. And every time you do something, you have to keep adjusting things because things get messed up when you put something else in. Anyway, okay. So that's that. I don't know how well you can see it, but this is, put a little flower here, and this is what it looks like inside. You can see that. Okay. Okay, so it's ready to start something else. So we're going to put that over there, and I'm going to take the lid to the jar, and I'm going to glue it into the rim just with some hot glue. And we're going to decorate the top. It doesn't matter if you get glue on this because we're going to put stuff all over it. Ah, didn't stick. Okay. Let me dig that out. I guess I wasn't fast enough. It's the only thing I hate about hot glue. It's very hard to work with sometimes. I like it because it dries fast, but sometimes it dries faster than you can put stuff together. And I hate the cobwebs everywhere. Anyway. Okay. I'm going to glue, see if I can do it fast enough this time. Okay. I think I got it this time. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a light in it. I got a whole bag of these little lights. Let me make sure this one works. Yep, it does. And I'm going to make sure the switch is like that. And I'm just going to Velcro it. And I don't think it matters which Velcro you put on which piece. You want it right in the center. And you can replace these when they run out. That's why I Velcro it instead of just glue it. Okay, make sure that's glued. Okay, that lights it up. And you can use colored ones. I have other colors. I have pink and blue. So it just depends what your color theme is. You can get a bag of mixed colors. I believe the best place to get those is Joann's in the wedding section. It's still not glued. This gets frustrating, aggravating. I may have to do it with tacky glue, but I'd rather do it with hot glue. If I don't dig out this old glue, then it's not going to fit right. So I'm going to try it again. Then I'm going to start decorating the top. And the only thing you have to do is just remember that you've still got to put a handle on it, and it's still got to fit, you know, on the jar. Other than that, you can use your imagination and do whatever you want. I put lots of rhinestones, little tiny sparkly marbles, lots and lots of flowers, bird nest and butterflies. See, I've got this stuff out for that. Maybe this one, I'll see how it works. And I've got all these paper flowers. And you can put greenery on the top if you want. You can do whatever you want. You can make it more foresty, or you can make it more sparkly and pixie-like, you know, whatever you want to do. Okay. So let me try this one more time. I'm just going to try glue in a couple of sections. I should hold it, and I should be fast enough to get it in there for that. There we go. Thought I had it last time too, though, didn't I? Uh-oh. Now I got glue messes to clean up. Okay, y'all excuse my old worn out mat. I try to use them until they absolutely fall apart. Then I use them to paint on even after that. I get cuts all in mine and everything else. So, anyway, okay, so it looks like that took. So then you just arrange your flowers how you want. You probably will use that because that's going to be, I think that'll be real pretty. Okay, so I'm going to do some decorating, and there's no reason for y'all to sit through all that, okay? And I'll probably put some more of these little sparkles in here. But I'm going to cover this whole center part with decorations. And then I'm also going to cover that. Is it coming loose again? I'm going to cover this too, but I have to be careful, you know, that it still fits and everything. And I have